I did. Yeah, really. My hope.
Sounds beautiful. Yes, this is for me.
Oh, yeah.
O'clock, we call the meeting to order. This will be the public hearing for the 5-year Parks and Recs plan. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Hill,
Here.
Clerk Squires.
Here.
Treasurer Anderson,
Yes.
Trustee Essling,
Here.
Trustee Appy is absent.
Okay. You all have the agenda for this public hearing. And is there any additions or changes to that agenda at this time, board members? Hearing none, I would take a motion to approve the agenda as it is presented.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Clerk Squires.
Second.
Supported Treasurer Anderson. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. That motion carries. We are on to the special order of business, which is a public hearing specifically to solicit comments on the Gerrish Township Parks and Recreation proposed 5-year plan. I would take a motion that we go into that hearing now. Thank you, Trustee Osling.
Second.
Second, Treasurer Anderson. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. So the 5-year plan, there was a book out there. You got the book out there?
It's out there,
Yeah, somebody's got it.
floating around.
Okay, very good. It's been out there for a couple of months now. This is a required step that we are now up to get this adopted. The plan is to hear any of your comments at this time on it. So I open the floor to anyone who might have a public comment or something you'd like to share with us about the 5-year recreational plan. Come on up and have a seat right up here and make sure you push the mic so the green ring is on. Okay. Let them know who you are. I think we all do, but go ahead.
Hi, I'm Tom Barber. I live at 1170 Rough Court in Roscommon. First of all, I really appreciate the work that went into this plan. It's pretty well detailed and so forth. And my thoughts are pretty focused on one item that I thought was maybe needing some attention. And that's in Chapter 3, page 13. And that deals with, it's a recreation inventory. So it's regional area recreation facilities. And basically they've listed various venues and areas. But what caught my eye was you have 13 areas, sites listed under Grayling Township or Grayling City. And Grayling's a great area, don't get me wrong, no disparaging here. But I just thought we're missing a lot of everything to the east, south, and west of the township. The village of Roscommon has Wallace Park, which is located right on the DeSable River, is ADA accessible, ADA boat and canoe launch, So I think that should be mentioned. There's also the Metro Park there for, that has a lot of facilities for younger children and stuff, baseball fields. Um, You have the Mason Track, Tisdale. That's a great hiking area. Markey Township has various parks, their Memorial Park, a dog park. And I just feel like some of these should be included. I mean, again, nothing against Grayling, but it just seems so heavily handed. You got Lyon Township once, Roscommon Township a couple of times. So that was my thoughts. Was I just thought that we were missing some of the other recreation facilities in the area that could be listed to give a more general all-around picture of the area.
Great comment.
Good point.
We're good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Anybody else in the or the audience have anything? Susan, you want to come on up because you were the principal player involved in this, and let us know if there are any options left for us after it being out there for 60 days or better, or for any potential corrections or additions.
We certainly can. And even upon, we certainly can make additions. I think he's really talking about more making additions to give a more fuller picture of neighboring recreational activities. And that can be made. And my understanding is even within the resolution that you have today, you can pass the resolution subject to the input received today. And then I will go back to NEMCOG and talk about this and maybe have a separate conversation with Tom and add those elements to this particular section that he was referencing.
Okay.
It doesn't materially impact anything else in the
Right.
book, but it just expands on the recreational facilities near us, which I think is, I agree with him. I think it's a good idea.
Is there a reason to act on it sooner rather than later? Or should we have those changes and those additions relooked at and then act on it in a
Account
future
for it in
meeting?
the verbiage, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's as simple as saying that we are going to make some edits to expand that section and accept it that way. And then we will just make these edits. I know it doesn't require a revised hearing on the document, that this is minor enough that this is subject to your discretion to make those changes. And then
Okay, I'm just wondering if
maybe I don't.
we just make the changes and then just get an eyeball on them and then act on
Exactly.
it? Because is there any deadline to be doing it now? Or-
There's no real deadline to be doing it now. I would just recommend we continue to move forward
Yeah,
and
okay,
have
yeah.
them made within a week.
I
and
was gonna
be done.
say, we have a couple other meetings that we're gonna be meeting. If that's what you're are you asking for us not to do the resolution tonight?
That's what I was thinking, is if give her a chance to make the changes and get the additions in there and read those into it and then act on the final publishing rather than saying we'll approve it subject to something to be created down the road. That's all I was getting at.
That was the guidance given to me by NEMCOG that
Yeah.
would, knowing that we were having
Yeah,
both the resolution and the discussion today, that saying something like that is acceptable in the resolution from their point of view. But of course, you handle however is comfortable for you
I
guys.
hear you.
Board, well, first off,
I'm
do
comfortable.
you want to take a suggestion you heard tonight and get that added in?
I like that suggestion. Yes, I like
So I
Mr.
guess
Fleury's
I'm looking for
suggestion.
the board.
And the thing that Tom, he pointed out two items from Roscommon, both of them are in the process of being greatly improved, where the Wallace Park across from the river there, that section, I don't think still consider that Wallace, but where they bought the Hiawatha, that's all being developed. And that'll be done this next year or this year. And then the Metro Park is going to have substantial improvements made to it. So it definitely is worthy of adding to that. It doesn't change the meat and potatoes of that report
No.
or the plan is unchanged, because this is really subsidiary information. It's not the plan itself. So I'm comfortable doing it either way, from my perspective, as long as we have an opportunity to review it before it goes, final print.
Mhm.
But it's up to You guys,
I'm comfortable with it too, and I honestly would like to get it taken care of. I mean, again, it's just, if that's all we're doing, that's all we're asking for a change. I'm,
Susan, how long do you think a change would be before a change could be made to maybe include those things? So if we were to pass a resolution today to adopt it, because it, again, structurally, it doesn't change the meat of the Parks and Recs document.
Mhm.
I mean, would we be, I mean, you'll have something and we could bring it back and then approve an amended section to page 13, whatever it might be. Is a month, two?
A week?
okay. Well, then we should still be able to get it done this month if we do it that way, because we have a few other meetings scheduled already.
Okay.
Where we'll all be together and we could make it part of, if need be, the amended part.
17th of June, or we could just wait until the 17th of June and pass that resolution on the 17th. We have a special meeting scheduled for two issues that we can't get into here, and if we don't want to wait until next.
Okay.
For that is, do you want to do that, board, and do a potential resolution?
I think so.
Can you? I don't want to cram it, but
I think it can be
is
done.
that meeting is next Tuesday or Wednesday next week?
yeah, you got it. Then Tuesday, I think it is the 17th. It's Tuesday night right now, the 10th, I think.
Yes, it is.
Is that too soon, Susan? Or
It's not too soon, but would it be acceptable if I gave that to you on Monday? So you would have
Yeah.
this Monday to Tuesday?
Absolutely.
So then I'll shoot for giving it to
Sure.
you on Monday.
Yep,
yeah.
that'll work. It's
It's
one section.
up to you guys.
Yeah.
I don't, seems like
Me
there's some
too.
interest in Tom's comments. And that's the first time I've heard those, from out exteriorly too, but Tom's got a little bit sharper mind on plans than most, so.
Did you get a lot of
Appreciate it.
feedback on the surveys that were out there? You-
Oh, from the survey.
Yeah, like the surveys, and did you get any comments back on the?
We
from
did,
anybody?
and they're actually all in here, all the open-ended comments about ideas or things that you like.
That I saw. I
Oh.
meant like after this
Oh,
was put
Since we
together.
posted
Yes,
this
ma'am.
publicly it's been
Yeah.
40 couple days.
Mhm.
No,
I haven't,
we have not gotten feedback to our email address where we said, or they could walk in and talk to you guys too. So I think Tom's.
And it's been out. It's been
It's
out on
been
the
out.
tape. And I've seen people look at it.
Great. Super.
so there's two options. We either do the resolution tonight and then you bring us something back on the 17th, which we just have to essentially have it amended to put in the book, or we just hold the whole resolution out till next Tuesday at our special meeting there that we have to have, and just do the resolution once with those changes.
Well, I still prefer doing it once on the 17th. That's where I kind of land, but.
So,
I'm fine if that's what Jim needs to
Okay.
have. Yeah,
great.
great.
I mean, that sounds good. We have to take more comments. Yeah, maybe there's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. There may be more work.
That's what we're here for. We're here for the final review and comments. So, thank you, Susie.
Thank you.
Susan.
Anybody else out in the audience or out on Zoom land? Or any more comments about that for the public hearing here today? Going once? One twice? All right, not seeing any or hearing any. Board, do you have any final comment before we go to any kind of announcements, if anybody wishes here for the board?
No, sir.
Nothing? Nope. Okay, board, do you have any announcements that you feel like you want to make in the hearing here?
No.
Okay. All right, I would take a motion then to exit this public hearing at 7:13.
I'll make that motion.
Moved by Clerk Squires.
Second.
Support by Treasurer Anderson. Do we have any further discussion on that? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried for exiting the hearing. And we will also make a motion to adjourn this board meeting at 7:14
13.
now.
Not on my watch.
All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Moved by Treasurer Anderson. Support?
Support.
Support trustee Osling. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Thank you. We are out of that public hearing. We will now move over to our regular meeting, the regular 7 o'clock meeting that was scheduled as well for our regular board meeting. And I will call this to order at 9:14. Please all rise again for, 7:14. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call.
Supervisor Hill,
Here.
Treasurer Anderson,
Yes.
trustee Osling.
Yep.
Clerk Squires.
Here.
Trustee Appy is absent.
Thank you. You all have the agenda in front of you. I'm not aware of any additions or corrections to the agenda myself. Are there any board members, before I call for the approval of the meeting agenda, anybody have any additions or corrections? Hearing none, I take a motion to approve the meeting agenda as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Treasurer Anderson. Support?
I support.
Support Clerk Squires. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. That motion carries. We're on to the approval of the consent agenda. The items are all listed in the consent agenda, and I would entertain a motion to approve those. The consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Moved by Treasurer Anderson. I'll support.
Okay.
Who are you, Supervisor?
Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries. Again, down here, we have the elected officials report. They're
Oh.
over on the table.
I really cut
Yeah.
back this time and I put a note out there. If anybody wants a copy of something that is there and there aren't enough copies, I'll gladly make it, but I've been throwing away way too many after these meetings, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna do it on request and then you guys know it's online.
I'll entertain a motion to place those elected officials reports and our chief department head reports be placed on file, accepted, placed on file. Motion for that?
So moved.
So move Treasurer Anderson. Support?
Support.
Support Clerk Squires. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. We are now at the first opportunity for public comments, and these will be on the agenda items only, 1 through 9. If you're a member of the public and you want to make a comment about any one of those 1 through 9s tonight, I would accept those at this time. For the record, I see no hands up in the audience and I see nothing on Zoom. So thank you very much. We'll move on to the new business. Our new business tonight, number 1, is Gerrish Township Police Department ceremonial swear-in of a newly promoted Sergeant John Ellis. Chief Mashinsky.
Do we clap?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd just like to say a couple words about Sergeant Ellis. He's been with us for a few years now, and when he joined the team back then, we were really excited, and it was a great addition. Now that he's been promoted to sergeant, it's been a great addition to our management team, I think, and I think he's going to do a great job. He's already been to a few supervisor trainings, and we're slowly getting him adjusted to some new roles and tasks, but I think he'll do a fine job, and I'd like to congratulate John on the promotion. And we'll do the formal swearing in here tonight and the pinning. His dad's came with his mom here in the front row, Mr. and Mrs. Ellis. Great people, great part of the community, and they're always willing to help the police department and act now. And he's his dad's with the sheriff's auxiliary as also. So great family and glad to have him. So if you're ready, we can do it now.
Floor is yours, sir. Again, anybody wishing to take photos, family or otherwise there, please take your time to do so. And, Pending for the promotion, just one, and they re-swear it.
That. What do you do?
I do.
Right hand up. I, John William Ellis,
I, John William Ellis,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of sergeant
the duties of sergeant
in and for the Township of Gerrish,
in the Township,
County of Ross County,
County of Ross County,
State of Michigan,
State of Michigan,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my
So
ability.
help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Willie, do you want to come this side or? You get a paper photo there?
You feel nervous.
You get up there too, probably.
No.
No? Well, let's get part of. Okay.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Congrats, man.
Thank you, sir.
Very good.
Congratulations. A lot to be proud of.
Yeah, yeah.
I always said, John took the long way around to get here. John is a born policeman.
Yeah.
With skills it's difficult to teach. And so we are blessed, more than blessed to have had him. Watch his, what I call a very quick rise, because he's very good at what he does. He's mature at what he does. And we are so fortunate in our community to have John Ellis serving for us, and he will do wonderfully in that position. So I echo all the great things that you had to say, Chief. Okay, number two, I think I'd like to, because we're doing what we're doing, I would like to have a motion to formally table the resolution to adopt the 5-year park and recs. Let's table it till the next.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, trustee Osling, seconded by treasurer Anderson, to formally table the motion, which will carry forward, Michelle, when we make the documents for the special. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. That motion carries. Thank you. We are now on to the Gerrish Township Police Department again. This is to offer for a conditional offer of employment to a fellow by the name of Dallas McGarry. I don't know whether most people know you, maybe in the paper, I don't know, but good things. But
Or if we
nonetheless,
spent-
Chief, you want to give the crowd just a little bit of a situation there and what the process was and where you're at, and introduce it.
Yeah, so we kind of all know we had a rough last 6 months at the department with retirement and resignations, and we've been a little short staffed, but we're getting back on track. And we had one position still to fill, and Chief Dallas McGarry had came to me probably about a month ago and asked me about if we had a spot still open. I said we did, and we talked, and I don't think he could come at a better time to fill that position for us. He's he's got 26 years of law enforcement experience. I would have been happy with just a couple years from an officer, but 26 will
Yeah.
do for me.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to have him, and I think he's excited to be here. And I think he's going to be another good addition to the team. And like I said, we're getting back on track, and we congratulate, or not congratulate, but are very welcoming to Dallas, and glad that he came and sought us out, and I think he'll do good things with us. So he thought it'd be a good gesture to come tonight.
Yeah.
I introduced him to all the board members. Too bad that Mary Jo wasn't here to meet him, but
Yeah.
in August we'll probably do the formal swearing in for him. So she'll get to meet him then. But
That's where you're gonna target is August for that, because I know he's not leaving his previous employment, and
Yeah,
she's doing the right thing. And
yeah, he wants to try to help them out in the next month. So his start date will be July 10th.
Okay.
Like we discussed at the work session. But the board meeting will have passed by then, so we'll get him on the August agenda.
Yeah,
Or
we're
ceremonial.
looking at maybe at the end of, in the announcements here, we're probably gonna have to change, so we might have a regular board meeting on the 16th of July.
Oh,
So we
then
might be able to go there.
that would work. Yeah.
Well, we can work all that out later,
Yeah.
Yep.
nonetheless, but Dallas, you
Oh, yeah,
want
if he wants to stand up.
Yeah.
to stand up if you want to say, do you want to say a few words, to the audience or otherwise, or?
Experience and I'm really thankful for the opportunity, and I'm really excited, like this, like there's a motivation and a fire that I
Oh,
think kind of like it's reignited, and I'm just really excited about the opportunity.
that's
So,
great.
I can't wait to
Very good.
come here, and I'm doing a good job.
Very good.
Excited to
We
have
appreciate
you.
that. I think we should. Yeah. Thank you very much, so,
All right.
all right, we'll get on with our motion then, unless you have anything else to say about
Nope. Just
Okay.
welcome, Dallas, and thank you again.
it. All right, very good.
Thank you, Chief.
Yeah. Thank you.
So obviously, number 3 on our motion list here is I would need entertain a motion that the board authorize Chief Mashinsky to extend a conditional offer of employment to Dallas McGarry pending the required MCOS documents, physical and drug test. Moved by Treasurer Anderson. Any support? Support trustee Awesome. Any further discussion?
I'm sorry, that
Hmm?
was my fault. That's the way I typed it wrong. We need to add on there pending the background investigation with a target date of July 10th for a start date.
Yeah.
It
had
skipped
that.
down.
You
I
forgot.
changed the font.
Okay, got it. Oh, yeah, I see. It's down at the
See?
bottom. I see it
Yeah.
back there. All right, let me restate this. The
Thank
board
you.
authorized Chief Mashinsky to extend a conditional offer of employment to Dallas McGarry pending the required MCOS documents, physical drug test pending, and a background investigation for a target start date of July 10th, 2025. That's better. Y'all good with that still?
Yeah,
Okay, very good. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
aye.
Aye, opposed the same. Motion carries. Dallas, just so you know, I always give an opportunity if somebody wants to jettison out of here, you don't have to stay the rest of the time. I don't want you to feel bad. It's up to you, whether you do or don't. John, you're the same way. In here, we appreciate you guys showing tonight. And thanks, Chief Mashinsky. All right,
Very nice to meet you.
thank you.
Good night, John.
All right, next item on the agenda is the Gerrish Township Department Interior Painting. And we talked about this at the board meeting or at the work session there. This is is it 26 or 27 years old or something, that building? 26 years old. Obviously, it's in need of an interior painting. And Muzz has been going through a tick list basically over there to make sure we keep a really outstanding looking department and building over there. So I would entertain a motion that the board authorize Chief Mashinsky to contract with Verna Dunham Painting to prepare and paint the entire interior of the Gerrish Township Police Department in the amount of $9,600. Anybody willing to
I'll
make
make
that
that
motion?
motion.
Moved by Clerk Squires. Any support?
I'll support.
Support by Treasurer Anderson.
Sorry.
Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose the same. That motion carries. And as we had noted in the work session there, that is in a planned budget for the things that he's been doing. So it's within his budget and well with all. So number 5 is the traffic control regarding, traffic control order regarding no parking on County Road 100 at South Higgins Lake State Park. In the past, just to set this up, in the past, last year, they did a temporary traffic control order to help with the 4th of July, in which they expanded the parking along County Road 100 back to the Cut River Grill area, forward McKenzie, to try and assist with those challenging hot days and 4th of Julys and that type of thing. And so we were requested at the work session by the chief that the board author a letter of request to the Roscommon County Road Commissioners requesting that the previous year's temporary traffic control order of no parking on County Road 100 north from McKenzie Street to Cut River Grill be made permanent. So, would anybody like to make that motion?
I'll make it.
Okay, Treasurer Anderson makes a motion. We send the letter as described. Support. Trustee Osling, any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose the same. Motion carried. Are you authoring that or want me to?
You are?
No, I said, are
I think
you?
you are.
Want me to? Or
Oh,
I just.
we can.
What that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
With that map that outlines
Yep.
the area that
Yep.
we're talking about.
I can do it.
You can do it? Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Michelle, for stepping up on that. One of the purposes for that is that they charge us to take those things up, take them back down, all the rest of those things. It just only makes sense to keep them up year round. It's not like the problem goes away, that's for sure. So, in our community. Number 6, Gerrish Township Fire and EMS. Conditional offer of employment to a Steve Armstrong. Chief Gilliam, would you like to make any comments about Mr. Armstrong or otherwise before we entertain a motion? No, you don't get away with that. Zoom wants to hear you too.
Is it green?
There you go.
I met Steve, I think 2 years ago at an open house. Him and his wife and his kids came in and looked around the station. They liked our movie night. And I don't know at what point they moved up here. They moved up here on the other side of the lake. His wife is a school teacher and his daughter goes to College Elementary in Holton Lake. And he was interested in kind of being part-time and giving back to the community. He called me one day and talked to me for about a half hour and his interest. He is a full-time firefighter EMT for Selfridge. He works 48 on and has, I think, 6 days off, kind of a rotation. He does have his fire one, his fire officer one, fire instructor one, fire inspector. He is a BLS instructor and EMT IC. So I think he'll be a pretty good asset to our department. I know he's not planning on staying at Selfridge forever. Eventually, wants to retire. So this might be a pretty good opportunity for us. He's not going anywhere.
Okay,
So pretty good guy.
very good. If you just want to stay seated at that chair, we'll proceed with this motion, okay? I will make a motion that the board authorize Chief Gillum to extend a conditional offer of employment to Steve Armstrong as the paid on call part-time firefighter EMS or with EMS department pending a physical and drug screen and background check. Thank you, Treasurer Anderson. So we have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion, board? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose the same, motion carries. If you check, if we look like we're enthusiastic to hire people, we are. This has been a miserable three or 4 years trying to find people. So, all right, we're on to number 7 then, and this is another conditional offer of employment of a Reese Smith. Chief.
Reese is a young kid in his early 20s. Actually works in town or works up at the Dollar General. Matt Wooten found him. Matt Wooten's been really getting this recruitment and retention thing out there. Seems like a really good kid came in. We interviewed him, talked to him for about half hour, 45 minutes, and he's just looking for something to do to better himself, and he wants to do for the community. He has no experience, but he's willing to go to the training, and why not help the kid out? You might like it.
Okay. I would entertain a motion that the board authorized Chief Gilliam to extend a conditional offer of employment to Reese Smith and to attend an upcoming firefighter 1 and 2 pending a physical drug screen and background.
So move.
Thank you.
Support.
Thank you. Moved by Treasurer Anderson, supported by Trustee Osling. Any further discussion? Board? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose the same, and motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us up at the podium. Okay. So number 8, actually we'll have two pieces to it, two separate motions. It is time once again, we have 2 Gerrish Township Planning Commission members that are expiring July 1st, 2025. I have contacted both of those folks, Mike Perky and Mike Briggs. Both of them have a desire to continue serving on the board. That is the township supervisor's responsibility to basically find them and mine to recommend them, and then the board to either affirm or deny. So on the first one, I would entertain a motion that the board, upon recommendation of Supervisor Hill, reappoint Mike Perky for a 3-year term to the Gerrish Township Planning Commission, term expiring July 1st, 2028.
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Osling, support.
Second.
Support Treasurer Anderson. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Part 2 of that, or B of that, is I would be making a motion, I would entertain a motion, excuse me, that the board, upon recommendation of Supervisor Hill, reappoint Mike Briggs for a 3-year term to the Gerrish Township Planning Commission, with his term expiring 7/1/28. I would take a motion.
So move.
Moved by Treasurer Anderson. Support.
I'll support.
Support Clerk Squires. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Thank you. Both of them have been active with our planning commission for a time now. We're on to number 9, and that is to basically is going to be two motions, if you will. We had been talking obviously for some time about the health of Higgins Lake. It's not new to anyone. What we have been talking about when we talked about maybe establishing some fundage for it and those types of things, we also felt that we were looking to maybe establish the Health of Higgins Lake Special Revenue Account, which is entitled 220, which is a uniform chart of account number. And of course, there's some associated financial provisions for it. Jim, do you want to give a quick brief before we go to two motions?
Just real quickly, the Health of Higgins Lake activity's been going on for some time. It's officially been kicked off. We've got the steering committee, we have subcommittees. There eventually is going to be some financial activity that's going to follow that. The board created a $20,000 line item in the general fund when we passed our budget this past winter. But if this is going to go on perpetually, which I hope it does, that activity should have its own cost and revenue center. And so by creating the 220 fund, Health of Higgins Lake, we're going to be able to set that money into a separate accounting and a separate budget. So the budget we created in that fund is the same 20,000 that we were planning on spending in the general fund. It'll just get transferred over there and be accounted for separately. And hopefully, if we get grant money or contributions or whatever, those will all stay within that fund and then be accounted for on their own merits. So that's it. in a nutshell.
Very good. With that, I would entertain a motion that the board create Fund 220 Health of Higgins Lake in accordance with Michigan Uniform Chart of Accounts, and to transfer $5,000 from the general fund 101-101-810-0 to the newly created Health of Higgins Lake Fund 220-000-699-0. I'll entertain that motion.
So moved.
Moved by Treasurer Anderson.
Support.
Support Trustee Osling. Board, any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Thank you. And the second part of that is I would entertain the motion that the board create a budget for the health of Higgins Lake 220 as follows. 220-000-699-0 would transfer in $20,000. 220-000-727-0 office supplies 5,000. 220-000-810-0 with the title of contracted services, $15,000. Who would be willing to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll support it. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. That motion carries. We're now down to the second public comment section, which can be on anything that might be on your mind. So if there's any public comments in the audience or on Zoom, please raise a hand now. Yes, sir. Come on up here if you would there and state your name so she can get it there for the minute or the meeting minutes.
Is it
You have to
green?
make sure the green ring's on. Yeah. If you push it, there'll be a green ring on that little thingy. Thank you. Your floor.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dan O'Keefe. I live right down the road on Cheney Point for my 30th year. Recently, it's come to my attention that there's a growing number of Airbnb, VRBO type rentals going on. There are 5 this year on our street. 1 right next door to me. And when I say right next door, I mean like 17 feet. And it hasn't kicked off yet, but I'm very, as you can imagine, very concerned. It's a 50-foot lot. It, can sleep, I don't know, quite a few people, up to probably 20. So my question would be, is there anything as far as in the works, like Markey Township has for their short-term rental agreement with Gerrish Township? So that's just my question. Mr. Anderson, the floor is yours.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The plan commission drafted a short-term rental ordinance that had been turned over to the board this winter. Our last work session, we had a discussion with our chairman of the plan commission, president, which is Tom Barber. And we are going to be meeting again this next month to try to work out whatever quirks we have with that. The steps would be make the final changes, give it to the attorney, have him review it. We'll have to have a public hearing to be able to get that, move forward from there. And then a vote, which on a timeline basis, we already know that we're going to be past the busy season
sure.
This particular year. There are a lot of issues that we're trying to, I was going to talk about this anyways, at the end of the meeting today to just,
Okay. I didn't mean,
our board
Fine.
has to come together with whatever questions or comments or concerns or proposed changes to the current draft that we have. I'd rather not kick it all the way back to the planning commission if we could, because it's going to get kicked back to us and then we're going to have to go do our due diligence again. Provided we don't have to make any substantial changes, I think that we could do this next month. I think, but that's really us. I know you're concerned about moving too fast and I agree with that. We got to be methodical about this. And we've got to also realize even if we try to expedite this, we're not going to get past the busy season this year.
sure, I get it. I just, my curiosity was, is there something in the works?
It is, and we're going to try to do it once and do it right.
That'd be great.
But
Yeah.
I think that's,
There's a lot of factors, I think we're closer than we've been for sure,
Right.
but,
Well,
it's
It-
definitely.
yeah.
I had 2 friends down Kennedy Trail and both of them sold their homes and then only to find out, these are, we've been in the community a long time.
mhm.
Those are our neighbors. And now we sell our house and it goes against our neighbors, I feel. You know, and the people that sold it had no idea. Everything turned into an LLC in the 11th hour.
Sure.
And they came to me and said, we are really, really sorry. Really sorry.
Can I
So-
ask you what your biggest complaint is about the fact that they are right next door to you? Like, what is it that causes you the most?
So let me give you an example. Okay, that's a great question. So my good friend who Mr. Barber knows and worked on his house was Dick Foltz. And his mom, Billy, lived down on Alameda Beach. And Billy said to me one time before she passed that I'm really looking forward to October when I can get a solid 8 hours of sleep without fireworks, dogs barking from the rental next door. Okay. And that resonates with me. And I have other friends that live next to Airbnbs. And I have a place in Florida. Airbnb is around the corner from us. And it is, you know, there are good renters, there are good tenants, you know, but there's always, you know, there's always that bad actor. And that's what really kind of messes the whole thing up. Now, you know, I can anticipate, you know, things may go great. I'm going to Colorado to stay in an Airbnb this weekend. So, you know, I get it, but it's just the concentration seems to be really, you know, it's blowing up. People are buying. This is a couple that are in there. The house sold for 1.5 million. And the couple is in their early 30s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's an investment.
And that's how they're getting it paid for.
And that exactly right. Exactly right. So, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying is they don't have control of who's coming here.
Mhm.
Now I feel the need that I have to lock my doors, you know, granted,
Hear
the
you.
police department's always done great,
Yeah. I hear you.
but I have to keep my doors locked. I have to keep my garage locked where all my tools are. And that's concerning. I've never had to do that before. So, you know,
I think it's safe to say it's not declining.
oh, it's phenomenal. I mean, there's like 5 on Hillsdale, that short little street right now. So, all right, guys.
We do have the draft available too, if you'd like me to
I'd-
get you a
but I'd like
copy
to
of
see-
that,
I
I
can-
can do that for you.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Draft. Keep in mind, it's a draft.
It's a draft.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. But this is,
I-
I mean,
Get things out too early because it comes like that is the plan and it's a draft.
right, right.
To go for it. It's a good draft by our planning commission. They've done a wonderful job. But there's still some questions that we've got to answer and then have our attorney write in if that's what our.
Sure,
board
the general
decides.
consensus.
But your initial answer was, is anything being done or looking at to be
Yep.
addressed in the answer?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else have a comment at all?
I just follow up that I just had a very, very exact same conversation with a guy on a golf course tonight. You know, that this is going on all over the place. So it's,
We had
It's
somebody
something-
stop and see me today that I never met, that they're actually looking to buy one.
Yeah.
So,
so
and want to
it's
know
good
if we
work.
had an ordinance.
Yeah.
So, I think it definitely we're, if with knowing that our surrounding townships are doing it, that it would be, I think we would be missing, be doing a disservice if we don't do one. I think we need to address it.
I do want to mention too, that I think what makes it more difficult for us to get all this to a finalized position is that, yes, there are a lot of communities around us that have ordinances for short-term rentals, but there aren't any communities that are like our Higgins Lake here, Gerrish Township. You know, I don't mean to sound like that, but they don't have, Higgins Lake is not Houghton Lake. As far as the I don't want to say caliber, what is it? The amount of money that's spent, the amount of, you know, it's a different, you don't have the $1 million houses on Higgins too often, do you? Or on Houghton. Just trying to make that point.
Any other comment? Not seeing any. We'll move on to announcements. We do have one announcement tonight, and we need board members to check. So it's an announcement. We gotta make sure that all board members can read this. Looking ahead, now work session would be on July 3rd. And we are looking at maybe changing the work session till July 10th. And the regular meeting to the 16th. So we were scheduled July 3rd and then July 8th for the regular. And so I'm looking to see if the board is able to work their schedule July 10th work session, the same thing, 0900 in the morning. And our regular meeting 7:00 PM, but only on Wednesday, July 16th. So does that look like problematic for any board members?
Works for me.
Works
I'm good.
for you? Like get us out of that. I gotta think we're almost gonna have a July 4th week. Weekend, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but. Thoughts?
You're cutting into football time, but
What's that?
Oh,
grandpa time, but I can do the,
You don't have
like,
that
I can do
on
it.
the third and fourth?
No, no, I got him on the 10th, but I can do it.
Well, bring them, throw them in government.
Yeah.
we're gonna shorten those. Hey, we're working on shortening those.
No, that's fine. I can.
Okay, and then the 16th at 7.
Then Michelle will make plans for that, with our proper. Agendas, notices or otherwise. Mike, can you check your? And then the one that I did give you for the 3rd and the 8th, obviously would be a no-go. Right.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. You don't need another follow-up email? You good?
I will confirm with you, but
You'll be good? Okay. Good. All right, sounds great.
Thank you.
Any other, Michelle, board announcement?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
You got one?
Other than to say, I didn't prepare anything, but, the, Health of Higgins Lake folks have, all kicked off the committees and, monitoring emails every day and lots of activity going on and lots of good stuff getting started. So, it's, doing just what we'd hoped it was going to do. So that's all well. I don't think I've seen the draft of a real nice press release that'll be out shortly, so that'll be good news, and they're working plans for getting more and more of that kind of information out, so I think that's all I got, unless there's any questions or anything, but that's it.
Tax bills are going out July 1st. Yeah, I hate to be that guy.
Hey, Gilbert.
I did send out the draft PDFs to the third-party company that sends them out. So I think we're probably the earliest we've ever been getting
Did
them
you
out
say you
there.
sent them out already? You sent them
Today,
out?
yeah. So the Gazette and that are all there to be ready for print. The marinas got a slow start because of the weather this spring, but we are working on the Clover system and they're getting it. We're doing well. Mary's able to reconcile on a daily basis with them instead of like semi-monthly. So that's going well. But yeah, everything's on track to get everything out on July 1st.
What'd you say about the Gazette? It's finalized, and has it been printed yet?
No, but if you want something else changed on it, you got like literally.
I just want to look at one thing on it just in case, but I'll look at it.
Yeah,
tonight.
Mary Ann said it was all proof,
Okay.
but I can send them a new draft give me 24 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll let you all work that out.
Yeah.
Okay. Just some notes on the announcement. We do have June 16th, which is a Monday, 1 and 1:30. We have a required budget work session for the police department and the fire department to stay in line with their budgetary cycle. There's not match ours. It does, but it doesn't. But so that's the first of that meeting that we will have June 17th. We weren't ready tonight we have a presentation from the Lincoln Financial Company, who is going to come with the Bain Agency, and that has to do with where our retirement funds are at that point. And we they're going to do a presentation for us there with some form of timeline if we want to switch that carrier. And on the site number 2 on that agenda will be and it's out there right now actually. But number 2 is I have prepared the request for bid for the pavement crack seal coating, pre-striping. We are on the year that we should do it. We usually do it every 3 years. To keep parking lots in whatever best shape we possibly can. But we'll need to fill in some dates on that. That's the reason for those two. And wasn't sure I'd be able to get it done by tonight. I didn't want to add it to the agenda, so we had the opportunity on the special meeting day to get that. And it sounds like number 3 is our resolution now, for the Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Susan, anything you need to make that happen to get what we got to get, just let us know. Okay, that would be all I have for announcement. Is there any announcements in the public at all? There any public events or anything else that one wants to raise your hand? Things like Sunrise Run coming?
Yeah.
Some point?
Yeah, this Saturday, things like Sunrise Run, the half marathon, 10K, 5K.
They have over 400 runners between all of it or something.
Stay off the road.
Nothing else this weekend.
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
All right, very good. I would, if the public doesn't have anything else, I'd entertain a motion that, we adjourn the meeting at, 7:54. Anybody like a motion on that?
So move.
The move Treasurer Anderson support, I'll support it. Any further discussion, board? All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carried. Thank you. Appreciate all of your attention. Thank you for joining us.